So, yeah, I've never watercolored before in my life, but thought maybe I'd get into it. By the way, sorry if I'm speaking a little weird. I've just had the inside of one of my ears completely reconstructed, so if I sound funny, I'm not aware of it, but my apologies. So, yeah, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I'm a fountain pen person. I review fountain pen inks, and lately I decided to try and do ink washing. And so I sort of started essentially watercoloring with fountain pen inks. These are just the photo references that go along with them. But yeah, so I was using fountain pen ink, and might see some familiar names on here from a brand that are too much of a family. But yeah, I recently saw a watercolor set on sale. Thought I'd give it a try. So there we go. Billing information can go elsewhere. Smaller than I thought. I was worried the package was like going to be deceptively, you know, like it was going to appear small on the internet and then actually be enormous in real life. So there's that. Nope, glare. Glare everywhere. Okay, cool. So this is a tin that holds, I think, 24 half pans, and it came with 12 and then 6 more, and then just to sort of help fill out the rest, I got 3 little individual half pans and a couple of brushes. Let's see what I have. I got one actual Kolinsky brush, which is apparently a good thing. I'm on camera. What are you doing? There we go. It's a Da Vinci number 3 round. And then I got some like cheaper brushes. These are Royal Soft Grips. This is a number 2 round. This is a number 4 round. This is a number 8 flat. Yep, so camera. Don't make me do everything manually. Anyways, let's clean up. So I just thought it'd be funny to point out. So here with these soft gripped ones. Okay, so this is a 2 and this is a 4. Smaller the number, the smaller the brush. Now with this Da Vinci, this is a 3. So technically, so the soft grip on the bottom is a 2, and the Da Vinci is apparently a 3. So yeah. So here's the paint set. It's by, I'm going to massacre this, Sennelier, maybe? I don't speak French at all. Yeah, so let's crack this open. Or attempt to. It's always funny when people can't open things on an unboxing, so I'm waiting for that to happen to me. Like I said. Okay, that's a tin box. Ooh, there's a dent in it. Oh well. Got a thumb ring. Or else the world's most awkward keychain. So, some mixing wells. Oh. So I've heard that a lot of times these things will just like drop out and then they'll like hang really low. And so that sort of defeats the purpose, especially when some of them don't have edges on them like this. This one does, so that's nice. But mine's tipping upward, so if I use this as a mixing surface, I guess all the paint would just like run back into the set. But yeah, So here it is. Here are the little half pans. Come on. Here's all the information. I still have to unwrap these three and put them in there, but so far we've got okay. These are the ones that it came with. So we've got Lemon Yellow, French Vermilion, Alizarin Crimson, ooh, Carmine. Ooh, I'm going to massacre this. Iodine Purple, no idea. Ultramarine Deep, Phthalo Blue, shout out to Bob Ross, I guess. Forest Green, Phthalo Green Light, Burnt Sienna, again, Bob Ross reference feeling. Payne's Gray, Warm Sepia, Naples Yellow Deep, which I believe there's some kind of like dangerous substance in that paint. But anyways, Bright Red, Venetian Red, Blue, Raw Umber, and Ivory Black. And then the three that I got in addition, in part because I heard that Naples Yellow could be a bit poisonous, was Primary Yellow, Gold Ochre, and Blue Indanthrun? Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to speed this up. So apparently to receive them wrapped, like the little individual ones, is preferable. Anyways, because you get these little tags wrapped around them, and in it, like, yeah, you get this, which is the same as what was on the plastic, but the stuff on the back is actually quite helpful as well, because as you can see, it says here, light fastness not rated. It'll tell you what it's made out of, so like Pigment Yellow 74, its staining properties, whereas this one only has the stuff on the front, which is the series number, I guess there's a word for that, the number, the value number or whatever, and then just the name. But yeah, so it looks like I'm going to have to look up information on 18 different paints now. Okay, as you can see, I've removed the paint from the tin. Oops, sorry. And using a syringe, I've just put little drops of water on top of the little bricks of paint. In lifting it out of the tin, 4 of the paints fell out of the little half pans, like the little bricks inside the little plastic pans, just popped out. So I was worried until I put the water on it that I had put them back in the wrong place, but they do appear to be in the right place. What I'm going to do next is get the seizing out of these brushes, because as you can see they're pretty stiff. Well, not this one, but and then using those, and while those awaken, I don't know what the term is, I'm going to copy down the information that I have onto this swatch chart, and then I'll swatch it. Okay, swatching time. Here's the thing. For the 3 inks that I did have the information for, I put down the pigment numbers and the opacity rating and whatever. I will try and get through this. I've got clean water, ready to be dirty water. My paints are awake and activated. The brush is free of its seasoning. Just gonna remind you, I haven't watercolored before in my life. Maybe in 3rd grade when we had to get those like plastic Crayola sets, but that was probably about it. Now, just to show you what I've set up, I have space to prevent bleed over. I have Sharpie, which is this thick dark line. This smaller line is pencil, just standard lead pencil, and red pencil, because that's generally what I draw in before I, when I was doing my watercolor with fountain pen ink. So anyways, let's get started. So this is, it's really thick, lemon yellow. I have no idea how I'm going to do this from this angle. I also don't know how to do washes, so this is going to be fun. So when it's laid on really thick, it is just slightly opaque. Oh, and a little towel to get the last of the ink out. Or, sorry, paint, because it's paint. Next is French vermilion. Maybe just a bit more paint to see what it looks like when you lay it on really thick. Oh, that red pencil just disappeared. Second paint, and already my brush is stained. Okay, so next up is Alizarin Crimson, which will always remind me of Bob Ross. I'm sorry, it's unavoidable. Ooh. Okay, so that's sort of like a pinkish kind of a crimson. Okay, I'm with you so far. Also kind of, well, further up it was camouflaging the red pencil pretty well. Okay. Try and keep all this in frame. Oh shoot, that was carmine. Okay, so never mind. This is carmine. Up next is Alizarin Crimson. Oh, already I'm on a roll, aren't I? Yeah, that's a little bit more like what I thought it would be. Again, that red pencil is just like disappearing. Is that what you call granulation? Maybe, I don't know. As I said, I'm new to this. All right, this one is that super deep purple, apparently, that I cannot pronounce. Whoa. Hello. Prince, eat your heart out. Good God. Also, trying to do this like around the camera and keeping it in focus is not the easiest thing in the world. Oh, and there's glare. Because of course there's glare. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, and you can see my lamp. Cool. Anyways. Nope. Only gets worse. Cool. Moving on. Ultramarine Deep. Which I think is like this one I think is supposed to be granulating or something. I tried to look into this a little bit and like it was confusing as heck. So yeah, maybe I should have stuck with something that didn't require so much fine motor control. Next is Phthalo Blue, and this one didn't specify anywhere if it was the green shade or the red shade, so oh, I'm gonna guess that's the green shade. Just gonna go out on a limb here. Yep. Because that definitely looks kind of, that looks purpley compared to this, so I'm guessing this is green shade. Oops. Sorry, Naples Yellow. Alrighty. Next up is Forest Green. Looks like a very dark green. I don't know how I'm going to do this without putting my hand in the wow. Okay, too much paint. I guess when I awoke that paint, I really woke it up. Yeah, it's softened a lot. This feels like very soft acrylic or something. Okay. Oh, I forgot to talk about opacity. Well, all the other ones weren't terribly, what do you call it, opaque. They were fairly transparent. This one, I almost feel like it's not fair because I laid it on so thick. Can we even call that opacity? Yeah, so there's that, but you can't see all the lines are still visible. So next we've got Phthalo Green Light. So, my hat just bonked the camera. Yeah, I'd say this is fairly transparent. Yeah, even when it's laid on pretty thick, I mean, it's, you know. Okay. Alright. Keep on keeping on. Next is Burnt Sienna. I swear I'm having like Bob Ross flashbacks. As someone who had utterly no skill in two-dimensional art growing up, watching Bob Ross and the Joy of Painting or whatever that thing was like watching someone do magic right in front of your eyes. Because I, as you can probably tell, have no small motor skill. So watching someone just like create a whole painting, you know, in like half an hour and made trees look like trees in ways that like I could never do. Just, you know, happy trees or whatever. God, blew my mind. Anyways, Payne's Gray. Okay, too thick. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a dark color, but I think, again, when I woke up the paint, I woke it up with a vengeance. And this is why I gave myself margins, because as it is, I'm like nearly getting into other paints. Okay. Warm sepia. Is there such a thing as cool sepia? Just bonk the camera with my hat again. Maybe I should take off the hat. Okay. Ooh, okay, too much paint. By which I mean not enough water. That's a kind of nice color. I dig it. You know, ever since getting into fountain pens and particularly being given a bottle of Noodler's Walnut, it's sort of given me an appreciation for the color brown, as strange as that may sound. Okay, Primary Yellow. This is one of the ones that I selected for myself. Oh yeah, I filled out the thing wrong. So this is PY Pigment Yellow 74, and it is semi-transparent. So far, these have been largely transparent, which I guess is, you know, what you want. Apparently that's a sign of good watercolor paint, is transparency. Like, it's the cheap stuff that's really opaque. Okay. Whatever was in this was starting to pull some of the pigment out of my brush, despite how vigorously I was cleaning it. But okay, so this is Naples Yellow. Ignore that. I'm gonna have to redo this chart. But apparently this has something, or this could be just my art history degree getting the better of me. I know there was a paint called Naples Yellow that essentially let off a cloud of poisonous gas, I believe, because of what it was made out of. It was made out of something that like released a toxin into the air. So, I mean, it used to be pretty dangerous to be an artist, you know, way back when. Oh no, I actually did that. Figures. We'll work around it. I'm not actually a painter. Yeah, nope, mixing. Don't do it. Yeah, but apparently whatever it was made out of, it had an element in it that essentially made it poisonous. And so, like, just being around a painting using this paint, you know, was toxic. So, yeah. La 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 la. Let's ignore that, shall we? Gotta move my tea. And possibly my paints. Okay. We'll make it work. Now, this is the paint that you just got an accidental sample of. This is bright red. As if the little contamination in the last swatch didn't give it away. Holy crap, that is like geisha lipstick red. Holy moly. Okay, cool. I can dig it. I gotta learn how to mix. Because I'm not sure. I mean, unless I'm like trying to paint a sports car, which, considering I paint, you know, like the drawings I work off of are from Italy, so, you know, hey, you know, that could be useful. But usually I'm painting ruins. But anyways, sorry. Next is Venetian Red, which looks more like a brown, like maybe a brick brown. Oh, not enough water. Oh yeah, this is one of the ones that like really sank into the tin because it was a bit small, and so I think when I put the water on top of it, it just sort of sank into the cracks, sort of rolled off, so it didn't really wake up all that much. Okay, Venetian Red. Oh yeah, I think I called it on the brick red thing. Oh yeah, that's brick red. It's like, you know, if you've ever seen terracotta clay before it's been fired, it definitely takes on more of a, like a red undertone. That's kind of hiding the red pencil a bit, which, you know, like I said, I do a lot of the things I've been doing recently. My art stuff has been Italy related, and this definitely looks like it could be terracotta roof tiles, so my red sort of drafting pencil thing could be hidden pretty well. Alright, next is the blue I cannot pronounce. I mean, let's be real, I can't even English, so whatever this, wow, okay. That's a bold statement blue. First I thought maybe this was like French for cerulean, and then I realized cerulean probably already is French. So yeah, this is not quite what I would call a cerulean, but again, I'm not an artist, so my definition of cerulean could be something completely off the mark. Don't drip off the page. This is why I have such wide margins, because I can't art. Okay, next is raw umber, which looks like a sort of smoky brown. Is that a thing, smoky browns? Ooh, it is now. Oh, this looks like if you've ever tried to make like natural charcoal or carbon ink yourself, you know, just by like, you know, pulling charcoal out of a fireplace, you know, sometimes it's not fully burned and it kind of ends up looking like this. It's this like sepia tone, but like, you know, like sepia filters on cameras or whatever, but like real old photos. Sometimes they were more brown, sometimes they were more tan, sometimes they were more gray. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's stop talking. Ivory black. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick up enough paint. Yep. Oh yeah, that's more paint. And you're all motion sick now. Sorry about that. Okay. Yep. Alright. Indian Throne Blue, which looked pretty good when I saw a swatch of it. Looked like a nice deep blue. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I like that. Maybe I should start painting seascapes. I do have some pictures from Sorrento I could probably try and make something out of. Let's add a little more paint over the top, because this is a beautiful dark blue. It's kind of hiding the red pencil when you lay it on heavy enough. All right. Lastly, gold ochre. This one got very sticky. It's trying to like pull my brush around. Okay, this one is classified as opaque. So maybe it's just not coming off on the brush enough, or maybe their definition of opaque is more rigorous than mine. I don't know. Yeah, that's not what I would call opaque. Yep. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Now that Naples Yellow is probably the swatch is probably just a little bit more dry. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways. So. There we go. Better. So, those are my swatches. And despite not knowing anything about watercolor at all, I did find some really old watercolors in a closet somewhere, the Koi, the K-O-I, and just sort of did a practice swatch of those, I guess, a couple days ago. And that's what they look like. And so they do appear slightly more vibrant, but this is something I don't think I'm going to be able to convey on camera, but maybe just try and listen. They're really dusty. You know, it almost feels like an ultra fine sandpaper, you know, like a 2000 grit. And it comes off on your fingers a little bit, so yeah. Anyway, so here it is. This is going to be interesting. I may remove Naples Yellow just to be safe, because, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't have a toxic gas in it anymore, but I remember seeing something on from the place where I bought it saying that, like, it can't be shipped to certain places. So maybe just be safe, especially since, I mean, like, yeah, this is kind of a, it's almost like might be a good basis for, like, a skin tone, but I think I might just figure out a way, if I ever have to paint people, which I vehemently avoid trying to do, maybe just stick to gold ochre. So yeah, anyways, there you go.